The wait is over. New episodes of The Walking Dead Season 10 are premiering early, February 21st on AMC+. Don't miss the extended 10th season, featuring 6 new episodes, each focused on fan-favorite characters. Prepare for all-new high-stakes showdowns and emotional reckonings by catching up on the latest season before new episodes drop. With season binges, exclusive content, and early access to new episodes, the best Walking Dead experience is only on AMC+. Get lost in the Walking Dead universe today. Available ad-free and on demand. Sign up at amcplus.com. AMC+. Only the good stuff.
Hey, it's Mark Roberts here on Let's Get Into Entertainment.
Business of Entertainment, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah. Thank you, Davey Dave. Today, we're going to get into it with Russ Emanuel.
The
Russ Emanuel. You know, Russ Emanuel is a rock star. Did you know this?
I think I did know that.
He makes one hell of a hot sauce, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
Dude. And we were going to talk about his library of music, the composers that he gets from all over the world, the hit songs that have been on all of these amazing shows. And also, I want to hear about what kind of deal he's going to make Tuddy on Made in Mexico for the music. So we'll have to talk about all that. But this will be very interesting. And just stick around because we're going to talk to Russ Emanuel when we get back. Welcome back to Let's Get Into Entertainment, Davey Dave.
The business of entertainment,
That's what's
guys.
up.
Thanks,
Damn.
buddy. Well, we're very excited to be here today. Today is a very unique day because we're going to talk about music. We're going to have Russ Emanuel on the show. Russ, we're gonna have to track him down because he's via satellite or something.
You know,
Did they still
Roberts
say that via satellite?
No, they don't say that
No,
anymore.
it's not.
There's no more. There's none of
That's
that,
like
yeah.
the wide world of sports.
The wide
via satellite.
world of sports. Robert, so you're like one of the only producers I know that has like such a musical background, which is really cool because music plays such a huge part in movies. A lot of producers don't have that. I don't have that. But like when you look at a film or when you look at a scene,
That's true.
you see a song, right? You could feel like the music, because even on Feliz Navidad, you were involved in the music pretty much all the way through.
Yeah, it's
to the point where Joel said you're a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Shout out, Joel.
Thank you. No, but by the way, it's very insightful that you see that because I don't know if it's because of my musical background. I think a lot of people think that they're musical to some extent,
Yeah.
But there's something really cool about working on a film as a producer, and also when you're in post, what happens is there's numerous things that happen in post. Get out your pencils. I say that a lot.
You do.
Get out your pencils.
Just don't say that
Just
anymore.
don't say that anymore.
That's
It sounds
old. So
ridiculous.
just get out your
Okay.
notes on your,
Get your notes.
phone. Hit your note tab on your phone.
If you're
and start.
recording this, make a mark or something.
It's better than saying get out your feather and dip it in the ink.
But this is true. What happens is you shoot the film, and then the film goes to the editor. And then the editor, depending on how he works, like someone like Rich Alarcon has to have music in the cut.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for him otherwise because he's very musical in his cut. So you get an editor on. We had Rob Palladino. I hope I said that right. Rob Palladino on Feliz Navidad. And he also put in his own music.
Yeah.
But what's great about being a producer that's involved with music is as I get that cut,
Yeah.
I'm able to take that cut and put it into my system.
Yeah.
And I'm able to start going to extrememusic.com or,
Yeah.
or anywhere I'm getting music. And I start laying in the songs that I would like
Yeah.
to be there.
So let me ask you that editor gives the temp tracks, and then do you use a composer and a supervisor, or so how do you balance then as a producer, like your editor's tracks versus your soup's tracks?
It's a good question. So here's how it works. If you're working with a network already,
Yeah.
the way it worked for me is the editor laid down his tracks, and then we get the cut of the movie that the network watches with us and Mario and everyone else.
That's the editor.
Yeah, that's his cut with his music.
Yeah.
And then what's interesting is the network sometimes has comments. They'll be like, well, we weren't crazy about this music, or that music.
Yep.
And that's when the producer comes in, right? Someone like myself grabs the movie, takes all of the notes that the network had, that other producers have, and they say, we didn't like this, we didn't like that, right? And then I start choosing all of the alternative tracks and submitting them to the network and to the other producers or the director or whoever's involved with changing that music.
But again, you have a musical background, so if you didn't have that, would you still do that, or would you then just go to your music supervisor and say, "Hey, here are the notes. They like these. They're not fans of these.
Yeah.
Try to find things that will work for
You're
them."
right. I take it on. I take it on because I love it. I take it on because it's part of what I think I offer as a producer.
But does your soup then butt heads with you? And when I say soup, I mean music supervisor. Do they butt head? No, because at the end you're the producer. So
yeah, I mean, sometimes someone like Joel High as a music supervisor and Sammy Posner, they have their own ideas. The thing is that they're superbly musical too. They understand. But how emotions are supposed to work in a movie, how cues are supposed to work in a movie.
Yeah.
They also understand how the cost of those songs affect your budget. So they've got to have all that in mind. And, I got to tell you, there was, in Feliz Navidad, there was so much music that was a cappella that had to be pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And I feel like Joel and Sammy, in fact, I think Sammy sang on some of those tracks.
Really?
I think it's her voice. I'm not positive, but through our emails and our conversations, we were working so fast that I didn't have the opportunity to go like, wow, is that your voice? Or like confirm it. But I'm almost positive she laid down a lot of those vocal tracks and they stayed in the movie.
Nice.
So that's a serious musical talent,
Yeah, because they had to turn around quick, Joel said. Like, there was a lot
like in
of
a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in a day or two.
There was a lot of cussing between you guys, right?
I was
in a good way though.
I was not upset, but what had happened was because the schedule kept changing. I don't know if you remember this or not, but because of COVID and because of locations and because there was all this protocol, we couldn't lock down our locations. So all of a sudden we had to change when things were shooting.
Yeah.
So when the musical numbers started to come up, they were shifting. So Joel had a day out of days and by the way, a day out of days is the days that you're shooting which scenes. The days that you're shooting which scenes are in this document.
Yeah.
And he had them and everyone had them, but they changed without me sending it to Joel.
Yeah.
So the day that we were recording the a cappella group that was singing out, in the square moved to a week earlier. On a Wednesday or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And I remember calling him and saying, "Hey, do you guys have that song ready? I mean, it plays in 2 days.
Yeah,
at night." And he got so upset. He was so upset because he was like, "Wait a minute, how could no one tell us that the song plays in 2 days?" I said, "Well, you have a day out of days, right?" So, it was a bunch of confusion about why he didn't know. But at the end of the day, it was my responsibility to let him know. I just didn't.
Yeah.
But there was so much going on.
But he pulled it off.
Well, here's the thing. If you're working with people that care about what they do, then you can get it done. He had to.
You knew he could get it done. You just stressed him out.
I actually did not know he can get it done, but I felt like I trusted in his ability to know someone who can get it done if he couldn't do it. And obviously within the circle that he's in, they figured it out and it was terrific. And it makes the movie amazing.
Yeah.
But I think there's something really unique about having a musical connection to what you're doing because movies are very musical. I mean, I filmmakers for years and years have said that music is 50% of your movie. If music is 50% of your movie, that's a massive amount, a massive percentage.
It is. I mean, think about Jaws without.
Think about Rocky. Is Rocky really Rocky without the score from Bill Conti?
No. All those Friday the 13th.
Dude, I listened to Bill Conti's score today in the car.
Yeah,
my kids are like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's First Date." I don't know if it's common knowledge or not, but John Avildsen was directing, and John Avildsen was known to be a difficult director.
Really?
Yeah. So they gave him Rocky and said, $1 million, go make this. Just, because they owed him a movie is how I understand it.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, well, here you go. Brand new actor, new writer. We love the script, but he insists on acting in it. John Avildsen, go make the movie. So he got to use whoever he thinks. The thing about John Avildsen is he was is a great director. And he knew some amazing people. And Bill Conti got a shot, dude, and he
Killed it.
He killed it.
Same with the camera operator. He created the Steadicam, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the
sure
first
did.
Is that
time?
true?
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
It was used there.
But
That was
see
the
what
first time.
opportunity does? I mean, that was opportunity for everyone. It was opportunity for Sylvester.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity for John Avildsen.
Just everything lined up.
Everything lined up. Bill Conti, this dude that you guys said invented the Steadicam, which, by the way, is still in use today.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Similar story too with Saturday Night Fever. Did you hear that? The Doobie Brothers, was that the
No, it's the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. Okay, my bad. But same thing that I heard. I heard they were relatively unknown. The writer, read an article in New Yorker magazine about the king of this nightclub in Brooklyn, and wrote Saturday Night Fever, and same type of deal. Put it all together, and that soundtrack blew up that movie, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
there's actually a great story about that. I wish I knew names better, but the producer.
Oh, you know big names. You have to drop on the show all the time.
Hey, you dropped something. The producer of Saturday Night Fever was looking for music for Saturday Night Fever, and somebody said, "Hey, the Bee Gees just recorded a disco album," and he was like, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Yeah, they haven't released it yet. They have all these tracks. Maybe, that's something they can do." So within that conversation, somehow they contacted the Bee Gees. They sent over what ended up being most of the music in Saturday Night Fever, and they didn't release their album. They just made it the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. And that was serendipitous. That wasn't like they planned it. A lot of people have to plan music and, figure out how they're going to do it. Like Bill Conti was, he scored the whole movie.
Yeah.
So that's different. But they literally found an album that happened to fit perfectly. Everything they wrote, dude, was in Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. And that's pretty remarkable. Yeah. That's just serendipitous. I still listen to Bee Gees songs today and think how poetic a lot of the words are and how amazing.
See your eyes in the morning.
Yeah. I think they're amazing. I think that they wrote classic music that if you really listen to it, it's poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I would write, I would think of songs that would play well for what I was writing, and then somebody who read one of my projects one day said, "You can't put that song in there. It doesn't work. You don't do it like that." It was funny because were we talking about this on this show where they were saying like screenwriters don't like to read other people's writing because they'll say, yeah, and that's kind of true. You don't want to give your script to another screenwriter. You want to give it to
last week.
Yeah, you want to give it to a producer, because a producer will say, "Oh, I can make money off of this," or they'll say, "I can't make any money."
Yeah.
Where a screenwriter will say, "I could have written this better," and an actor will say, "Well, I could play that part. What do you think of the story, though?" "Oh, it's cool, but I want to play that part." "Oh, okay."
It is an amazing thing to think about how music is such a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
And how movies and their soundtracks end up becoming a part of our lives. Like we go out and buy those songs and we listen to them because they inspire us. There was, you can name probably 50 movies when you were a kid, Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah.
I mean, you can name, a bunch of movies where you would just listen to the music and it would fire you up. You'd get excited. You almost feel like, you're the character. Superman, yeah. Well, Star Wars. There was hits, on the radio. The Idolmaker, one of my favorite songs of all time is in that movie. It's called "Here Is My Love," Tommy D. It went to number 12 on the charts, U.S. charts. Yeah.
Like Ferris Bueller's
Day Off, another great soundtrack.
What was the producer's name in the Idolmaker?
The producer of the Idolmaker?
No.
The producer in the Idolmaker. His name was Vinnie Vaccari.
Robert's Vaccari.
I'll never forget it. It's an amazing movie. If you can find it, you should watch it.
I have a copy of it. Robert's got me one.
But music is a big, big, big part of movies. And today we're going to be talking to Russ Emanuel. Let's get Russ Emanuel on the phone.
Let's do it.
Get some hot sauce.
Live phone sex with hot girls.
Oh my God! Do I need a credit card?
No, we've already got that. So.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are on with Russell Emanuel from ExtremeMusic.com.
The Russell Emanuel.
What's up, Russ?
Brother?
How you doing, guys?
We're missing your hot sauce.
Yeah,
dude. Did you guys finish the hot sauce already? I was so new to the game that I gave up the 2 hot sauces and I didn't get one, so I have no idea what it tastes like.
It was
delicious,
amazing.
Within a week, it was gone.
We're in the new recipe. I'll get some over there.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Hey, we tease you a lot every week. I don't know if you listen every week, but we're always on your case.
I'm so insensitive. That was compliment.
Hey, Russ, let me ask you something. So it's been about a year since you've been here. You know, we've been very active with extrememusic.com. I've used it on my Lifetime movie, Feliz Navidad. Tuddy's using it in Made in Mexico. So so part of this phone call is to beg that you give him a good deal.
I was just going to say, can I see the cue sheet?
Yeah. I think Joel C. High has that cue sheet.
I highly doubt you'll see a cue sheet from Made in Mexico. But
no, we have one. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we got. Come on, we're professional over here. What do you think?
Take it is. So, is there anything new with Extreme this year?
It all seems like a blur. I'm sure it's the same for you. You know, we're all staying at home, being socially distant. It's amazing that the business continued to carry on. We didn't really even see a slowdown, you know, maybe the first few weeks, but then, you know, humans are very resilient and managed to find a way to stay in production, and that kept us busy.
Because composers are home and a lot of them have home studios, there's a lot more music on extrememusic.com. There seems to be a lot more choices, a lot more from different genres coming. Is it because people are home, or?
I think we're very careful about what we add into the catalog. We're not really about quantity. It may seem that way. We may be getting music up faster, but we're not really taking more in. That's kind of not our model. We're very, you know, we very carefully curate what comes into the catalog. But what is really new and interesting is, you know, with the advent of Shazam and the way the public, and I'm talking about the general public, obviously, not you, the royalty that lives in the production world,
right?
Are managing to find the music, you know, which is new for us. You know, we were kind of the unsung heroes, and so we're seeing a lot of kind of requests for listens. Our Spotify channel is getting a lot of listens from the public, and believe it or not, we had a number one song in 3 of the viral charts, UK, US, and global, from a Netflix movie.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing for us. It's a happy byproduct. Yeah. So they're kind of seeking it out, really, which is that is new.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, you know, what I was thinking is that maybe it makes sense that you guys are, of course, selective because there's so much good music on extrememusic.com, but probably I'm just spending a lot more time on the site and just discovering a lot more music.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's the case.
If you think about it, I did a movie that was a true crime that I needed very, very specific music for. I did Feliz Navidad, which is a Christmas movie. And then I did Carlos Almaraz, which is a documentary about an artist. And I was able to find everything I needed on extrememusic.com. And then Tuddy did Made in Mexico, which is very, very specific in a different area. And he found all the stuff for himself.
It's something that's on its duty, because I mean, you tipped me off a while ago, dude, you need more Latin music, and we took that to heart, and we burnt a ton of calories actually producing in that area, being great. And then I saw you and you told me about the movie, and then weirdly enough, I got a call from the network. Hey, we're doing this thing with Mark Roberts, this great movie. Have you got some Latin Christmas music? And fortunately, we were already in production with that.
That's awesome. Yeah, we ended up using that. But, you know, this is a testament to how great you are and how great Extreme Music is.
Wait a minute. Can you say that one more time?
You weren't recording? No, this is going to come out next week. You'll be good. No, I was talking to the whole music department over at A&E, and they all knew you, and they said, "Oh, please, use anything you want from Extreme Music. We're big fans of them. We have a deal with Russ, and they're part of the family here." I don't know what the relationship is with you and all these networks, but obviously they know what they're doing if they're working with you. So that's good news. But the Christmas music was extremely well done. I do want to continue to applaud the thing that you guys do remarkably well, which is, as producers, we're able to go in there and there could be 6, 7, 8 tracks of instruments and vocals, and I can get rid of literally any one of those tracks or multiple tracks. I think I even took everything out and just used the guitar version of a song the other day for a movie. And I found that really really amazing, because sometimes you just don't need the song as it was written. You need it with a little bit less instrumentation, and that is a pretty remarkable thing that you guys offer.
You know, you just got to listen to the people using the music, and that was something that there was a groundswell about 5 or 6 years ago of people just asking us for stems and deeper access to the music. And we also developed this even deeper in the site. You'll find there's a remix tool that actually called Custom Mix that rearranges the music as well. So you can not only do what you're doing, which is musing tracks and changing levels, but you can actually change the arrangement.
Wait a minute. How do you
That's
do
almost
that?
like composing.
Yeah. How do you do that though? What is that right there on the site? You could just do it right there? Or?
Yeah, there are 2 buttons when you get into the track level. One says stem mixer and one is custom mixer. And you can literally, you can slow it down and speed it up and you know, start with the hook and take all the verses out. And, you know, it works a bit like GarageBand. That's
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Tuddy used the thing where you can put in how long you need the cue to be. Like if you need the cue to be like 60 seconds and the song's 240, it'll redo the whole song and make it 60 seconds with an ending.
Yeah.
Dude, that's unbelievable. That's like we're living in Star Wars times. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. We live in the future.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing service, and I can't say enough about it. But what we do talk about on the show a lot is Hans Zimmer, because Tuddy seems to think that he's part of extrememusic.com, and I keep telling him he's not.
Extreme, you know, being the production music library, we also have a custom music company called Bleeding Fingers Music, and Hans, that's a joint venture between Hans and Extreme Music. And in that we score shows like Planet Earth, and we score Simpsons every week. And
what's the name of that site?
BleedingFingersMusic.com.
BleedingFingersMusic.com. Right. So let me ask you something else. Now, what instrument did you play?
Primarily, I'm a bass player. I have been for many years. You know, I was a session player for a while. And then but I play guitar, I play drums and keyboards. Just one of those guys. None of them fantastic, just all of them well enough to get me through.
Are you in a band now?
I am. I have 2 bands that I play in.
So you're still active in making music?
Oh yeah. Active. You know, I mean, that's a big word.
For someone as successful as you, Russ, you're very humble. You don't really brag a whole lot, buddy.
Till I put the phone down. Maybe I should go and brag to my wife after this. Hey, I was on this podcast just now.
You're not like Tuddy. Tuddy's bragging all the time about his movie, about what he's doing.
Thank goodness.
I got to get it out there. No other way to get it out there but than to talk about it.
That's right.
Did I tell you when I went to visit Russ? Russ's office was like I don't know, like walking into Willy Wonka. He had like old albums. He had like old record players, but everything looked brand new, which was really weird.
Well, the truth of the matter, Roberts, is you're a musician at heart. You were a musician before you were ever a filmmaker.
That's
you're
true.
A classically trained pianist, so
that's true.
Music plays a big part in your world.
That's true.
Most producers aren't like you. Most producers don't have that musical background.
No, I spend a lot of time on the music. That's why I feel so connected to Russ and to extrememusic.com.
Well, the only difference, I think, Mark, between you and I is you don't have a chocolate river.
That's right.
Yeah, but I have a couple of Oompa Loompas.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh, man.
I want the golden ticket.
I want the golden ticket, Daddy. But so what's going on? What's going on with extreme music right now, Russ? What's the future look like? Is there anything new coming?
Oh man, we got a ton of stuff going on. We're always in production. We're working with Ice-T now.
Oh wow!
And that's a bit of a dream come true. Some very big names we're about to announce in the future.
The other reason I wrote to you is because I got an email from extrememusic.com that talked about the new upcoming Christmas albums or music that's coming to Extreme Music, and I love the ad.
It was that the Slay All Day ad.
What did it say?
It was called Slay All Day, and the subheading was shake it like a North Polaroid picture.
There's a lot of comedy in the library music, isn't there? Is that something that's been around forever, or is that just new?
Look, we're not exactly out there curing cancer. We can't say. I think the problem is when, and I see it, and so I'm not going to say anything bad about companies, but I see it in other companies who take it very seriously, and none of us got into music. We got into it to not have a real job, and I find it interesting when people turn it into a real job.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, we do have a lot of fun with it, but we take the actual production very seriously. The rest of it is a big joke.
The ad was, I have it right here, brace your elves. I thought that was hilarious.
That's like Vinny the Elf. Remember that?
Yeah, Vinny the Elf. Oh, we're going to do a movie with Russ called Vinny the Elf. That'll be funny. I think Russ will play Vinny the Elf.
Amazing.
Have you ever done any acting,
I'm
Russ? Okay. Just like that.
Tequila. We got that tequila.
Maybe a little tequila, yeah.
I'm just starting to really get into the tequila thing. What's the one? What should I be drinking?
Oh, Casa Mexico.
Well, we're drinking Casa Mexico tequila, which is, Mario Lopez, Oscar De La Hoya are owners. We're shareholders here.
No, not we're. You are the shareholder.
I'm a shareholder. I just wanted to share the wealth for a second. But the tequila of choice here for the show is Casa Mexico tequila, which you can pick up at Ralph's or Wally's in Beverly Hills. Yeah, you should definitely check that out. That's an amazing. Tell me what you think. Try a Reposado or try the Añejo. You'll love it.
I actually like the silver. I'm a silver guy.
Oh, really?
I like the Añejo in the beginning, but I don't know. The silver chilled for me, maybe because it's hot. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But no, you should definitely, I'll tell you what, I'm going to send you a couple of bottles just because you're so nice.
There we go, Roberts. I was waiting for that since you're the shareholder here. Davey Dave and I are just.
That's frankly the only reason I asked.
Shrewd move. But you know what? You count on those 2 bottles. I'll get them to you next week. You tell me what you think, okay?
Okay, I'll go out and get some straws.
Yeah, please. Hey, look, Russ, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for providing an incredible service. I mean, look, we're working producers. We're people who work in this industry, and we're very grateful. We're very grateful to have.
It's a privilege and an honor. Thank you for having us.
Maybe come by the house one day, and we'll have you on the show instead of doing this remotely, if that's okay.
We social distance too, so don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll
keep you safe.
I'll do it, but that'll be the last time. People don't normally invite me to the houses. So
is there a reason for that?
He brings a suitcase.
Yeah, there is.
Like the song says. All right, Russ. Well, thanks for being on the show. We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you all you do for us here.
Thanks,
Russ.
Thank
you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Russ. Talk soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Man, Russ is
I like that guy.
A cool dude,
He's
right?
a good dude, yeah.
I'm a big fan of anyone successful, really.
Yeah, and I like that he played all those instruments.
No one got that joke.
We all got it. It's just,
it's just not funny.
Stick to the coming of age writing and not the comedy, since you're such a big fan.
You know what my
Are you going to read my coming of age script?
You know what my son would say?
Why are you changing the subject?
He would say comedy coming at you. Duck.
Comedy coming at you.
Duck. Wow.
I like that. I like that one. Hey, take it easy.
So look, I don't know about coming of age, dude. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing.
Oh, so you don't like, Stand By Me wasn't a good movie?
I'm about high concept.
You didn't like.
I like Stand By Me.
Juno. You don't like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. No. I don't like that.
I mean, I liked them.
E.T. Yeah. You don't like
coming of age.
E.T.
is a coming of age movie.
Kind of.
I like Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Hey, take it easy. That's a little bit too far back for
It was around the same time.
No, it was about 5 years earlier, but that's okay.
Coming of age is too angsty for me.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But you know why I like high concept? Because high concept is a style, right? It's even in the pitching of a high concept, there's no question. After you pitch a high concept that works, there's no question in anyone's mind that you just said something that should be made a movie. But that's how high concept is.
But wait, isn't Ashley Garcia coming of age?
That is right. You're exactly right. It is.
Yeah,
right?
but I didn't come up with it. Yeah, you sort of did.
Kind of. You were a big champion of it, and you were there in the trenches.
But I will say this: I'm rejiggering Rock Me Amadeus.
Ooh.
Oh, coming of age.
When we get off the air, I'll tell you a little bit, but it is a coming of age TV series now.
Okay.
And it's gonna have a mixture of Latino and Amadeus.
Yeah.
So if you can picture like a name that
Juan Amadeus,
more like
Marco Antonio,
Pedro
Pancho Amadeus,
otherwise known as Francisco.
There's definitely going to be an element of Latino in there, but it's going to be a coming of age.
You know, honestly, one of the best pitches you ever gave to me wasn't even a pitch; it was a story. And it's coming of age. And I don't know if I'm not going to say
it's about
anything.
me. It's my life.
Yes,
right.
And you were telling me about it one night, and I was like, you don't even see it. Like that's it right there. That story on film is an amazing story.
And someday we may do it.
And it's coming of age.
And
I'm going to write it, Davey Dave.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, so
by the way, I got another role.
What are you working on? Congratulations.
A boxing movie. I'm playing.
Wait, who's producing the movie?
So I was telling Davey Dave this earlier. This guy I know, his name's Jimmy Salone. He's just a hustler. Came from nothing. Started making motorcycle tracks, which I guess is a profitable business.
Yeah.
And then moved into just kind of got his hands in everything. And he was introduced to me by a mutual friend. And he came up to Universal to drop off a bunch of energy drinks that he owned this energy drink company. And we started talking. I had just finished doing The Good Life, and I showed it to him, and he was blown away. And he had told me how he invested in a movie, and he didn't understand why he had to go and rent the equipment if it was just the same to purchase it. But he didn't purchase a camera; he purchased like all the audio and stuff. Long story short, and it was like a popular movie. I think it was Undercover Brother 2.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so it was like he didn't do the whole thing, but he put a lot in. So long story short, it was always on the back of his mind. Like, and after I showed him The Good Life and I told him what I made it for and everything, he was inspired.
All this for a part? Jeez, come on, man.
Right? And so he made a movie, and he did well, and he's making a second one.
I see.
And he saw me. You were with me, fool. We were in Nevada. This guy gives me a call and says, "Hey, are you in that movie Mob Town?" And I said, "I am." He said,
"I want you in my movie."
Jimmy just texted me and saying, "Is that you?" And I said, "Yeah."
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Boxing movie.
That's awesome.
Coming of age boxing
movie. Are you going to be boxing in it?
No, I play a drug dealer.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know.
You're a good boxer.
I am pretty good. I told him that too, but he wasn't. Actually, the role that he's offering me, Tommy, is a really, really cool role. Really cool role.
Hey, congratulations. That's awesome. You're a great actor.
Yeah.
You're a good performer, and you know what you're doing. So I'm glad that we're going to get to see you again. What are you doing, Davey Dave? Are you doing anything?
Negative.
We should plug the Irate Masterminds.
Yeah.
Irate Masterminds is all about having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I saw you guys ate wings the other day.
Yeah.
Dude, with the milk.
Yeah, we mixed it up. We had a little hot wing challenge.
How was that?
It was insane. We had like 10 sauces. The last 4 burned your,
Did it hurt coming out?
Yeah, let's
a little bit.
We can talk about that later.
A little bit.
God,
But yeah, no, Irate Masterminds is going well, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to listen to it, it's Irate Mastermind at Irate Masterminds.
Yeah, no, Irate Masterminds. You can find it anywhere.
Anywhere.
You can find our podcast here too.
Anywhere you find it. In fact, if you go to our podcast, I think it'll at the very bottom it'll say like, if you like this, you'll like Irate Masterminds.
Yeah, but
so
also too, people need to leave. I guess you got to leave.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Like reviews
and 5 stars, and say how much Robert's a
diva.
Yeah, and
hey, if you
how funny Tuddy is.
I want to give away 6 shirts.
Let's do it.
Give away. I have 2 extra large. I have 2 medium, and I have
2 large.
2 large. Yes,
nice. Perfect.
Yeah. And they're beautiful shirts. Davey Dave had them designed, and they're beautiful. And they're my favorite shirt. Apparently, I should be wearing an extra large. Tuddy says, but
well, it's COVID. COVID-15.
No, dude.
I feel
COVID like
40.
I like the large on me. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I'm old. You know when you see old guys and their panzas all hanging out, it's almost like they can't tell.
Yeah, they're like, what?
Man.
Like, don't you know that your panzas? That's
like,
what
I wore a large 40 years ago. I wear a large now.
So, okay, so here's what we got. We got 2 large, 2 medium, and 2 extra large. We're going to give them away to the first 6 people who DM us
on Let's Get Into It Instagram.
Yeah.
Leave your address, your name, and your size.
That's what's up. And then make sure you go and leave us a
Review
on
iTunes.
please.
Well, listen to you
Thank you.
guys. All right, guys, listen, thank you for being here. Talking to Russ was awesome because he's such a big part of movies and television. I mean, he's a humble guy. They're bigger than he gives off. But we're really proud to be associated with him. I want to thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you next time on Let's Get Into Entertainment.
The business of entertainment.
That's what's up.
Dude, it is the business of entertainment. There is a
business.
business to be
It
done
is a
here. Don't leave
business.
this town.
Find the bucket.
Do not leave.
The wait is over. New episodes of The Walking Dead Season 10 are premiering early February 21st on AMC+. Don't miss the extended 10th season featuring 6 new episodes, each focused on fan-favorite characters. Prepare for all-new high-stakes showdowns and emotional reckonings by catching up on the latest season before new episodes drop. With season binges, exclusive content, and early access to new episodes, the best Walking Dead experience is only on AMC+. Get lost in the Walking Dead universe today. Available ad-free and on demand. Sign up at amcplus.com. AMC+. Only the good stuff.